Hey everyone, Ava here, and today we're going to be looking at Hasbro Kenner's Star Wars 1997 Commemorative Edition. This is the limited Hong Kong edition, and it's actually the second one. So as you can see, we have Boba Fett, Darth Vader, and a Stormtrooper. On the side, nothing special. Nothing special there. Top, nothing special. But I do like the shiny print they have on here. If you look on the back, it gives you a little description about kind of why this is in existence. Like a distant and brilliant star, Hong Kong bursts into a new era with the 1997 handover to China. Unknown territory and an uncharted future bringing new adventures and a galaxy of opportunities for its inhabitants. Adventures that will travel as far as the imagination can take them, protected and watched over by its ever-present guardians. So as you can see, there's two different commemorative sets. So the first one has Princess Leia Organa, Luke Skywalker, and C-3PO. And then the one we have now, which is Boba Fett, Darth Vader, and Stormtrooper. Alright, so why don't we get it open and take a closer look? Alright, well, here it all is out of the package. Now, they're laying down right now because the stand they're on doesn't have pegs. It actually had these little screws that held them on. Goes to the bottom there and goes right into the bottom of the feet. Which, it's okay. I mean, I've seen other ones that have screws and everything, but would I go with that? No, I think it would be better if they just had, maybe had the screws for initial, but then have pegs for after. Otherwise, you're going to have to screw these back in every single time you want to put them on here. But first, before we talk about the figures, we got this cardboard, which, a couple TIE fighters back there, just says 1997 Hong Kong edition. So, yeah, it's a nice background. And you get this nice silver painted stand. Over there it says Boba Fett, Darth Vader, Stormtrooper. And underneath it, it just says 1997 Hong Kong edition on all of them. Now, why did they decide to go with these three? I don't really know. You would think if you're going to do a Darth Vader and a Boba Fett, you'd put in someone that was more profound, like a single person, like maybe the Emperor, or I don't know, another bounty hunter, just someone different, besides just a generic, Stormtrooper. Or, if you're going to do this, you could have done him, then like a Sand Trooper. Oh, just something, I just would have picked the three a little differently, I think. But, when I saw it at that place that I go to sometimes, at the mall, I had to. It was only $40 for all three, which, it's not a bad deal. So, you're pretty much paying like $10 a figure, then $10 for the stand. So it's okay. Now on top of the box here, you see there's a little bit of tape. It actually had another weapon up there. I do believe this is another blaster for the Stormtrooper. I'm not sure though. Now, none of these figures can actually stand on their own, which is kind of sad. Their feet are just, they look like they'd be flat, and they should be. Darth Vader is the closest one to standing on his own, but he tips over pretty easy. This one, no, and Boba, no. So, I guess I'm going to be keeping them on the stand, probably, just so they can be standing up. Now, I think these are definitely Powers of the Force figures from that line. But I'm surprised that so I'm thinking it might have been the first Powers of the Force, only because no cloth. It's just plastic for the capes. Because I think the second series they started using the cloth. I could be wrong. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've bought the classic one, so I'm really not sure. But let's look at him. Let's go over the Stormtrooper first. He's plain, white all over, comes with a blaster, and it'll come right out, and Goes right back in nice. Then we got Darth Vader. Yeah. Love it. He's got the sword here. His iconic black suit. Hard plastic black cape. Then you got Boba Fett here. And I like this because he has his I love the helmet. He's got his blaster. He's got his little cape thing that you can take off. Same with Darth Vader. You can just take that right off him. Then you just pop it right back on. Same with Boba. Just put it around. Get it underneath the helmet. And there. And I always liked Boba Fett's cape. It's just like this single shoulder cape thing. Now with him, he does have his blaster pack, jet pack, whatever you want to call it. You can actually just slide that right off. A little tab here that it just slides into. And there, that's it. Now these guys are, since they're older versions, there's not much articulation to them. There's only 6 spots, really. No, yeah, 6. So you got the head, and of course you're not getting much. You're just going to go around with all of them, and that's it. Arms, they can go all the way around. You know, take off the cape, you can see it better. There we go. Now, it kind of sucks that you can't do the elbows or the wrist, because the lightsaber for him is always going to be an angle. Can't go straight with it or anything. But it's nice. The lightsabers even has a painted black hilt to it. Red beam. And then you got right here at the waist, that can go around. There we go. And then you got the legs. Then go up. You got 90. And back. 90. Now, I am thinking about picking up the other one. I like these, only because you get 3 figures. You don't have to go hunting around for individual ones. Like, obviously, if it's a Boba Fett, I want it. And if it's Darth Vader, I would want it. And I also collect Stormtroopers, so, yeah, I guess I would want it. So, it made sense to buy this. You get all 3. Now, if you already bought the figures loose, you don't need this at all, because the only new thing you're getting is this. Just the stand. And I guess the box in the background. Cardboard. But the figures are ones that have already been released, so there's nothing new here. Nothing new. So don't go rebuying, you know, the figures unless you want to have more than one of them for some reason. Which I can understand why. You might want to put, you know, have these guys up on here together, but then you might want to have them separate, or put them in a vehicle or something like that. But otherwise, if you already own them, you don't need this at all. But I just thought this was interesting when I saw it. I was like, oh, cool. And it was, you know, a commemorative thing for, I guess you want to say, I don't know, Hong Kong liberation? I don't know really what you want to call that. But yeah. So, I guess Hong Kong was given over to China from Britain? I don't know, that's what I'm assuming, only because the box does show a flag of Great Britain on there. I could be wrong. I have no idea, though. And I don't really care enough to look into it. Because really, it's just the figures I wanted. The stand is cool, too. I'm probably going to re-get the figures just to have them loose, or, you know, put him in his TIE Fighter. Or... I have Boba Fett's Slave 1, part of the Shadows of the Empire line, but I'd rather get one that goes to it specifically. So I'm going to get the Boba Fett with the IG-88 2-pack. You know, it comes with a comic behind it, just so I can put him inside his Slave 1. So this guy, all these guys are just going to stay on the stand here and go on a shelf. So, that's pretty cool. Alright, that's just been my review on Hasbro Kenner's Star Wars 1997 Commemorative Limited Hong Kong Edition of Boba Fett, Darth Vader, and Stormtrooper. And if you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below. And, as always, you all have yourselves a good one, and I will see you later.